welcome to our online class. I remain your tutor, Mwiwe Simon Sunday, with the username at Simon Mwiwe on Steemit. Today we'll be looking at a topic titled Understanding the Difference Between Hardware and Software. Before we go ahead to discuss this very topic, I would like us to review our previous knowledge. In our last class, we discussed an introduction to computer system where we discussed a bit about those components of computer system. Now, what is the objective of this topic we are about to look at? The objective of this topic we are about to look at is that as a student, you should be able to identify the different hardware components and the different software components. You should be able to differentiate between a hardware and a software component. Now, what is hardware? Hardware are those components or those part of the computer system where you and I can see and touch. And a good example of hardware component is the mouse, the keyboard, and even the monitor you use. Now, what is software? Software components are those components we cannot see or touch but work within the system. Yes, you can't see the software, you can't touch it, but it works within the system. So an example of this is the operating system. Every computer has an operating system. The programs that runs in the computer is also a software. The drivers that drives the system is also a software. Now, what is the basic difference between this hardware and software? The basic difference between this hardware and software is that hardware components are those ones you can see and touch, whereas software components are those ones you cannot see or touch, but they work with the computer system. In summary, if you are asked to differentiate between hardware and software components, the simple thing to say is that hardware are those components of computer you and I can see and touch, and software are those components you and I cannot see and touch, but works in the computer system. In conclusion, we can say that a hardware is dependent on the software, and also software is also dependent on the hardware. This means that without the hardware, the software will not function, and without the software, the hardware cannot function. So if you have this understanding, then you are able, that means you can be able to differentiate between hardware and software components of the computer system. I believe this course will go a long way in helping you to be able to explain to others if you are asked the difference between hardware and software component. Thank you.